Welcome to the history of the Disney parks. This episode, we're looking back on Toy Story Mania. The year is 2005, and Disneyland is beginning to celebrate its 50th anniversary. The then brand new Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters attraction was getting great praise by the public, and the Imagineers liked it too. Imagineers Kevin Rafferty and Robert Coltrane, who were working on the new Radiator Springs attraction, liked Astro Blasters so much they agreed that something similar was needed for Disney's California Adventure. The two Imagineers were looking to add an interactive element to Radiator Springs racers. Ultimately, the idea didn't pan out for Cars Land, but both Kevin and Robert liked the idea of an interactive attraction and kept working on developing the idea. As they were walking around Paradise Pier, one of the Midway games inspired the two to think of an idea for a possible attraction. Imagineers turned to an interactive game at Disney Quest called Pirates of the Caribbean: Battle for Buccaneer Gold, where guests shoot toy cannons at an interactive screen, simulating a ship battle on the sea. Now the Imagineers had to decide what theme and characters to use for the attraction. To fit inside the theme of Paradise Pier, the idea for the attraction was for guests to ride through traditional Midway games hosted by Toy Story characters. CEO Bob Iger and head of Pixar, John Lasseter, were immediately on board with the idea. The Imagineers visited the Los Angeles County Fair to study how people reacted to these games and to play some Midway games for themselves. Initial ideas for the ride vehicles came from Tokyo Disneyland's Monsters Inc. Hide-and-Go-Seek attraction, although Disney was concerned with capacity and opted for a new ride vehicle instead. Toy Story Midway Mania needed ride vehicles to rotate fully and engage in different interactive screens, which was a departure from the Astro Blasters model, where riders moved in one direction at the same speed. This led Imagineers to design and create the vehicle we see today. While development was well underway for the attraction, Disney decided to do something unprecedented. Disney wanted to bring the attraction to Disney's MGM Studios. Cloning an attraction wasn't anything new, but developing the same attraction at two locations at once was something Disney had never done before. To add the attraction to the park, Disney transformed a bypass street into Pixar Place, a mini-land resembling the Pixar Animation Studio out in California. A vacant soundstage would be able to house the ride, while some exterior work needed to be done for the facade. Construction began at both parks in 2006. Toy Story Mania opened on May 31st, 2008 at Disney's MGM Studios. And just a few weeks later, Toy Story Midway Mania opened at Disney's California Adventure on June 17th. Costing more than $80 million per park, at the time, it was one of the most sophisticated attractions, using more than 150 computers to power the ride. Both attractions showcase a Mr. Potato Head audio animatronic that interacts with guests waiting in line. The attraction was an instant hit and quickly became a guest favorite. In 2015, Hollywood Studios announced that they were adding a third track to lower wait times and help with capacity. At D23 in 2015, Disney announced an entire Toy Story Land coming to Hollywood Studios. Aside from two new attractions, Disney will construct a new entrance for Toy Story Mania to tie in with the rest of the new land. Toy Story Mania goes international when Tokyo Disney Sea opens their attraction in 2012. Toy Story Land opened on June 30th, 2018, which debuted Toy Story Mania's new entrance and queue. Toy Story Mania is the perfect example showcasing how Disney improves on their own ideas, taking an idea for an already popular attraction, implementing new technology, and pairing it with some classic characters is a recipe for success. Toy Story Mania will continue to entertain and challenge guests for years to come, and maybe one day it'll be the inspiration for Imagineers to design a totally new attraction.